Justin Baldoni isn't just taking a stand, he's staging a full-on rebellion against two of Hollywood's most beloved stars. From the very start, he's refused to accept any behind-the-scenes settlement from Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds, effectively shattering the usual hush-hush culture that rules Tinseltown. At first glance, you might assume this is just another celebrity feud blowing up in the tabloids. But if Baldoni has his way, this court battle will become a public expose, shining a glaring spotlight on alleged backroom bullying, defamation, and power plays that could bring down a superstar couple's entire empire. The tension stems from a single spark. Baldoni insists that Blake Lively fabricated damning accusations against him, painting him as a harasser on the set of It Ends With Us. That single label could end a career, particularly in an era when Hollywood is more sensitive than ever to allegations of misconduct. Yet, Baldoni isn't running scared. He's doubling down, gathering a mountain of what he calls irrefutable evidence, and practically daring Lively and Reynolds to meet him in court. Observers say the stakes are so high that a loss could bankrupt the couple, destroy their reputations, and forever alter how the public views them. And if you think their money and influence give them the upper hand, brace yourself. Baldoni's got a billionaire backer who's funding every step of his legal fight. This saga has already ravaged Blake Lively's product lines, cast a looming shadow over Ryan's Deadpool future, and split fans between unwavering loyalty and outright fury. No one emerges unscathed when accusations of harassment, power struggles, and potential hush money deals run rampant. So settle in, because once you see how deep this story goes, from alleged malicious rumors to potential multi-million-dollar brand implosions, you'll understand why Hollywood insiders are warning that this might become the industry's biggest scandal yet. Long before any legal drama, Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds were the epitome of Hollywood harmony. Blake, shown in roles like Gossip Girl and subsequent film projects, often praised for her relatable charm. Ryan, meanwhile, rocketed to superstardom with comedic flair and global adoration as Deadpool. Their social media banter felt genuine, winning them fans who believed they were witnessing true love and easygoing partnership. Beyond the screen, their popularity translated into business ventures. Blake launched lifestyle brands, hair care, beverages, and more, leaning on her image of classic yet approachable sophistication. Ryan harnessed his wit to become a marketing maestro, linking his persona to everything from gin to soccer clubs. Each new endorsement amplified their joint star power. They seemed unstoppable, two charismatic celebrities at the height of their powers. That success, however, relied on the assumption that they were fundamentally good people. Thoughtful, philanthropic, and scandal-free. Even typical Hollywood rumors about minor feuds or professional rivalries never seemed to stick. The public saw a fairy tale couple so beloved that they appeared untouchable. Then, a project called It Ends With Us introduced Justin Baldoni into the mix, sparking rumors that neither the fans nor the couple's carefully managed brand could easily shrug off. Adapted from a best-selling novel, It Ends With Us promised a bittersweet romantic drama with depth. Blake Lively joined the cast, while Baldoni came on board to direct and also play a significant on-screen role. It felt like a perfect match. Baldoni was respected for heartfelt storytelling, and Blake's star power guaranteed high visibility. Yet, according to whispers from the set, creative disagreements escalated almost from day one. Some crew members claimed Blake exerted outsized control, allegedly second-guessing directorial decisions. Others suggested Baldoni's approach to emotional scenes clashed with her style. Whether these issues were trivial or serious remains unclear, but tension reportedly soared until one bombshell overshadowed everything else. Blake allegedly branded Baldoni a harasser, someone causing unease and possibly crossing lines of professional conduct. From Baldoni's perspective, that label was not only false, it was catastrophic. Being tagged as a harasser in modern Hollywood can derail careers overnight, especially when the accusation comes from an A-lister with massive influence. He argues the claim was a weaponized rumor to isolate him from production decisions and perhaps steer the film's direction in her favor. Had these allegations stayed quiet, they might have simply resulted in a messy post-production. But once filming ended, the gossip somehow reached the broader industry, raising eyebrows about whether Blake and Ryan had used their combined sway to undercut Baldoni. Hollywood's first rule of crisis management is simple: pay the problem to go away, typically through off-the-record deals. That's exactly what many observers believe Blake and Ryan tried when Baldoni initially pressed back. After all, they had more than enough resources to offer him a sizable settlement in exchange for a non-disclosure agreement. The standard approach: keep the scandal out of public view, maintain the squeaky clean brand, and let everyone move on. Baldoni, however, refused. In a move that surprised even cynical insiders, he declared he wanted a public fight if the couple wouldn't retract allegations he deemed absolutely false. Some suggest he took this stance out of principle, determined to defend his name against accusations that could haunt him for life. Others wonder if he's aiming for a bigger legal payout or dramatic public vindication. Either way, his defiance set a precedent. No quick hush money would silence him. This puts Blake and Ryan in a precarious spot. If they keep pushing for a closed-door settlement, it reinforces the narrative that they're trying to hide something. If they proceed to trial, they risk unleashing reams of private communications that might reveal questionable behaviors or power plays. Baldoni's unwavering attitude turns a typical hush-and-settle scenario into a potential Hollywood meltdown, one that could lay bare how the industry's biggest stars manage or mismanage behind-the-scenes disputes. Many asked, how can Baldoni afford to challenge a power couple with a nearly infinite war chest? The answer came in the form of a rumored billionaire ally, an individual supposedly outraged by what Baldoni called a vicious smear. Suddenly, money no longer gave Blake and Ryan the usual advantage. Baldoni could hire top-tier lawyers, finance extended legal processes, and gather extensive evidence without worrying about going broke. Speculation about this secret funder runs rampant. Some think it's a philanthropic mogul connected to Baldoni's charitable work. Others posit it could be a high-net-worth individual with personal grudges against the couple. Whoever it is, having that level of backing changes the entire dynamic. Blake and Ryan can't merely force Baldoni into financial exhaustion, as often happens in celebrity lawsuits where the richer side drags out litigation until the other begs for a settlement. Now, both sides can go toe-to-toe indefinitely. Baldoni wants depositions, document discoveries, sworn testimonies, the works. Rather than being intimidated by Blake and Ryan's star power, he appears emboldened, hell-bent on revealing exactly what happened on set. For the couple, this is a nightmare scenario. A protracted trial might highlight every private email, text, or conversation they ever had regarding Baldoni. If any of those messages support his claims, no amount of PR spin can easily contain the fallout. While these legal skirmishes develop, Blake's business empire is reeling from the controversy. Her ventures hinge on a polished, friendly, and empowering image that resonates with women looking for lifestyle inspiration. Hair care products, high-end partnerships, and, of course, her newer beverage brand Betty Buzz rely on a loyal audience that trusts her persona. But a harassment-related scandal, even if unproven, sows enough doubt to rattle retailers and consumers. Rumors have spread that certain stores quietly moved her hair care line to less prominent shelves or canceled promotional campaigns. Online, hashtags calling for boycotts started cropping up, especially from individuals who believe Baldoni's claims that he was wrongly accused. Even moderate fans may pause before purchasing from a celebrity accused of misusing serious allegations. The brand damage might be reversible if she's vindicated, but the financial hit and the erosion of trust could persist long after any court resolution. Beyond hair care, Betty Buzz faces its own turbulence. Investors typically run from scandal, and if consumer sentiment sours, beverage sales can plummet quickly. Though the brand initially garnered positive attention for its refreshing twist on non-alcoholic mixers, negative press can overshadow any marketing push. Every business update now seems overshadowed by lawsuit drama, turning what was once a story of entrepreneurial success into a question mark about her future viability as a brand ambassador. While Blake's image is taking a direct hit, Ryan isn't escaping unscathed. Known for comedic wit and a knack for self-deprecating humor, he's been a darling of mainstream audiences. With Deadpool, he showcased an irreverent style that fans adored, making them see him as the anti-Hollywood star who never took himself too seriously. Yet, if there's any truth to the rumor that he ridiculed Baldoni behind the scenes or supported a strategic smear to bolster Blake's interests, his reputation could take a major dent. Disney, which owns Marvel, has a vested interest in ensuring no major star becomes a liability. The House of Mouse is famously protective of its family-friendly reputation, even when it comes to franchises aimed at older audiences. If Ryan's alleged involvement suggests bullying or malicious behavior, studio executives might demand he rein in his edgy jokes or risk the future of Deadpool. Though fans can't imagine the role without him, Hollywood's capacity for swift recasting has been proven time and again. Moreover, public sentiment shifts quickly if an actor is implicated in behavior that feels exploitative or cruel. Ryan's comedic brand rests on warmth beneath the sarcasm. Should that warmth be revealed as a veneer masking questionable actions, especially in support of discrediting Baldoni, the meltdown could be swift and brutal. The tension of balancing professional obligations with unwavering loyalty to his wife underscores how precarious a star's standing can be when scandal looms. Long before any official verdict, the media circus has declared its own trial. Online forums and gossip sites swarm with speculation. Did Blake orchestrate everything? Is Baldoni exaggerating for money? Is Ryan complicit? Fans dissect old interviews, behind-the-scenes pictures, and even cast interactions to find proof that supports their chosen narrative. In a world of viral threads and hashtag activism, reputations can implode overnight. If a single piece of evidence emerges showing the couple mocking or fabricating claims about Baldoni, the internet fury would be merciless. Conversely, if Baldoni's stance proves shaky, he could be accused of leveraging serious allegations for a personal windfall. Social media users can be unforgiving, turning from devoted admirers to fiercest critics in a heartbeat. Both sides are battling not just for a legal victory, but also for the goodwill of the public. A star's popularity can survive many things, but harassment allegations are especially polarizing. People want clarity. Did wrongdoing occur, or are these false claims designed to manipulate public sympathy? Until more definitive facts come to light, the online discourse remains a whiplash of rumor and speculation, intensifying the drama around an already heated lawsuit. What truly propelled this case into must-watch status is the rumored $400 million lawsuit Baldoni filed. That sum surpasses mere damage control. It suggests total financial devastation for Blake and Ryan if they lose. Even with their impressive net worth, a penalty that large would rattle anyone. Some legal experts say Baldoni's figure might be strategic or inflated, but defamation cases, especially in front of a sympathetic jury, can yield monumental awards. To some, $400 million looks like a publicity stunt designed to grab headlines or force an out-of-court settlement. But Baldoni has consistently argued he wants an open trial, not private payoffs. If he truly aims to prove malicious defamation, this astronomical sum signals that he believes the evidence will justify such an extreme claim, and that he aims to punish the couple to the fullest extent possible. So, what could possibly justify a $400 million price tag? Baldoni's team hints at having emails, messages, and even sworn testimonies suggesting Blake manufactured the harassment angle. If those communications capture, for instance, her plotting to depict him as a threat or telling someone to spread the rumor, it would be a slam dunk for Baldoni. The same goes for any direct involvement from Ryan, which could amplify the claim that the couple acted in tandem. Defamation suits hinge on tangible proof. Baldoni's personal testimony about how the accusation harmed his career helps, but it's more compelling if he can point to real-time, verifiable evidence. Any offhand comment from the couple acknowledging they exaggerated to keep control, or referencing a plan to discredit Baldoni, might be the bullet that pierces their defense. Then again, if his evidence is circumstantial or ambiguous, emails open to multiple interpretations, Blake and Ryan's legal team will argue those statements were taken out of context. They might position themselves as genuinely concerned about Baldoni's conduct, not scheming to ruin him. For now, the specifics remain under wraps, but the promise of a smoking gun has fans and critics braced for a sensational reveal. Few Hollywood feuds escalate to the point of actual courtroom battles, largely because private settlements are faster and less destructive. But with Baldoni refusing to settle, this matter creeps closer to trial with each passing day. Pre-trial procedures, including document exchanges and depositions, can take months or even years. Both sides will push to shape public perception, releasing carefully crafted statements or maintaining strategic silence whenever it suits them. During discovery, the couple might face hours of depositions under oath, forced to answer pointed questions about their interactions with Baldoni. Their personal devices could be subject to forensic examination if the court deems relevant communications important. This invasive process can be deeply uncomfortable for celebrities used to controlling their own narrative. Meanwhile, Baldoni can't shield himself either. If the couple's attorneys find anything that discredits his version, they'll seize on it. Once the trial begins, all bets are off. Courtroom proceedings are public records, and even if cameras aren't allowed inside, journalists and bloggers will closely track every revelation. Witness testimonies, cross-examination fireworks, and potential bombshell exhibits can transform the dispute into a media spectacle. Hollywood watchers suggest it could rival other high-profile trials that gripped the entertainment world, potentially reshuffling alliances and reputations across the industry. For Blake and Ryan, the emotional strain goes beyond financial risk and brand damage. This lawsuit invades their personal lives, subjecting them to constant speculation. Their children might grow up reading headlines accusing their parents of orchestrating defamation for professional gain. Friends or colleagues could be subpoenaed, forcing personal relationships into a very public space. Even simple outings might be marred by paparazzi trying to catch a glimpse of emotional stress. For Baldoni, the stakes are equally high. If he's wrongfully accused, he faces potential character assassination that would endanger any future projects. Studios may hesitate to collaborate if they fear more legal entanglements. Conversely, if he's telling the truth but can't prove it, he risks losing his funding and possibly being branded a troublemaker who launched a frivolous, attention-seeking lawsuit. In the vacuum of official evidence, the internet is rife with conspiracies. Some claim Baldoni is fronting for other disgruntled cast or crew members who disliked Lively's supposed controlling tendencies. Others suspect that certain tabloid outlets have ties to powerful PR agencies that manipulate stories to protect the couple. Rumors swirl about hush money offered to minor witnesses or alleged behind-the-scenes meltdown tapes. Social media sleuths pore over candid photos from the set, hunting for any flicker of tension or clues in body language. Every old interview featuring Blake, Ryan, or Baldoni is scrutinized for red flags or subtle digs. Hashtags trend whenever a new rumor drops, only to fade when contradictory information appears. The public appetite for scandal is insatiable, fueling a cycle that can overshadow the actual legal facts. Hollywood is no stranger to carefully orchestrated spin. It's not unimaginable for sophisticated PR teams to float certain narratives, attempting to gauge public reaction or sow doubt about the opposing side. For many, the real spectacle is how skillfully each camp steers social discourse, shaping who looks like the persecutor or the victim. Authentic truth can get lost amid sensational headlines and orchestrated leaks, leaving casual observers baffled by the swirl of claims. At its core, the lawsuit is a gamble for both parties. Blake and Ryan risk a humiliating public defeat if Baldoni's evidence proves a deliberate smear. Their finances and carefully built reputations could crumble, and fans who once loved them might feel betrayed. Even if they avoid financial ruin, the stain of a damaging trial might linger for years. Baldoni, for his part, bets on the strength of his proof and the moral high ground. If he prevails, he could be heralded as an everyman who stood against intimidation and won. Projects might flood his way, and the harasser label would be publicly refuted. However, if a jury finds his accusations unsubstantiated, he could face countersuits or be blackballed by a community that views him as a reckless opportunist. The outcome is far from certain, hinging on intangible factors like jury sentiment, the skill of lawyers, and what undisclosed evidence emerges. Both sides must weigh whether continuing to push is truly worth the potential fallout. Sometimes, the biggest question is whether to settle on partial concessions or to keep fighting until only one party is left standing. Despite all the public posturing, a late-breaking compromise remains possible. As court dates loom, each camp might reconsider. Is total warfare worth the backlash? If Blake and Ryan suspect damning proof exists, they might quietly offer a substantial sum plus an apology. Yet Baldoni has repeatedly signaled no interest in undisclosed agreements. He wants an on-the-record admission of wrongdoing or a full trial. Some wonder if a judge could order a mediation session that forces both sides into a room, demanding they attempt resolution before proceeding. However, mediation only succeeds if both parties are willing to negotiate sincerely. Given Baldoni's steadfast refusal to settle quietly, it's unclear whether any structured negotiation would yield peace without major concessions, like a large payout and a public statement clearing his name. For now, each new day without an agreement nudges them closer to a trial. The possibility that everything might end abruptly in a sealed deal remains on the table, but the entrenched positions suggest that the appetite for an easy exit is minimal. The tension might only break once a courtroom gavel forces a definitive outcome. Even if a settlement surfaces, the public may view it with suspicion, suspecting hush money at play. On the other hand, a full-blown trial could produce a clear winner and a battered loser, or deliver a muddled verdict that leaves everyone tainted. Some plausible outcomes include Baldoni victory. He proves beyond doubt that the couple defamed him intentionally. They face a massive payout, public disgrace, and a potential career freeze. Baldoni emerges a folk hero for those who despise Hollywood's power games. Couple's redemption, Blake and Ryan refute every claim. Baldoni can't substantiate harassment or defamation, and the case is dismissed. The couple reclaims the public's favor, framing Baldoni as an opportunist. Pyrrhic win, one side technically wins, but the trial reveals unflattering secrets about both. Sponsors flee, fans recoil, and the victor is left with a hollow triumph overshadowed by scandal. 11th hour settlement. Hours before trial, a hush-hush deal materializes, sealing the evidence behind NDAs. The internet erupts in speculation, but never learns the full story. Public trust might still erode, seeing the conclusion as suspicious or incomplete. In each scenario, the personal cost is colossal. This feud goes beyond typical tabloid fodder, presenting a moral litmus test for the entertainment industry. Do we champion accountability, or do we reward those with the money and clout to bury controversies? Few stories capture Hollywood's precarious nature like the Justin Baldoni versus Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds saga. It unravels the glossy veneer of fame, revealing a raw undercurrent of allegations, strategic power moves, and possibly weaponized rumors. Baldoni's steadfast refusal to settle has cornered the couple into a public battle they've likely spent their careers trying to avoid. For fans, it's a heartbreaking possibility that their favorite Hollywood sweethearts might not be as wholesome as they seem. For Baldoni supporters, it's a story of someone daring to challenge A-listers on principle. Regardless of how the lawsuit ends, this conflict serves as a potent reminder. Brand images can be shattered by a single credible accusation, and no amount of social media charm can fully protect someone from accountability if evidence emerges. If everything goes to trial, a spotlight will shine on the interplay between celebrity power and personal integrity, potentially reshaping how Hollywood addresses claims of misconduct behind closed doors. For now, the world watches. Will the couple's empire stand strong, dismissing Baldoni's claims as groundless slander? Or will the alleged smoking gun reveal a darker reality behind the scenes? One thing is certain, by refusing any quiet settlement, Baldoni has launched a high-stakes confrontation that could redefine not just the fate of Blake and Ryan, but also the broader culture that grants celebrities near untouchable status, until they face someone who won't be bought.